الله الرحمن الرحيم. I would like distinguished guests, you are welcome here in Jordan, and you are welcome on the Royal Botanic Garden on the ecosystem restoration international and national perspective. Today I will represent Rangeland restoration and case study at the Royal Botanic Garden of Jordan. First I will just give you a few information about Jordan. Jordan is a relatively small size country. It's about 90,000 square kilometers. The climate of Jordan is almost arid desert with relatively short rainy season that be between November and April. The topography of the country is highly contrasting. It's from more than minus 400 meters on the Dead Sea to about 1,900 meters on Wadi Rum. This variation gives more diversity in terms of cultural and natural heritage, and also it's make many ecosystems in our biogeographical zone. The biogeographical zone, as you see, we have 4 biogeographical zones. The yellowish color, which is Sahara-Arabian, which is almost of these regions is a valley region, where the rainfall is about 150 millimeters, and most of this area is classified as rangeland. The second biogeographical zone is the Iran zone, which is between the Mediterranean and Sahara-Arabian. The average rainfall is about between 150 and 250, and it is a transitional zone. The third one is the Mediterranean, which is most of it is forestry area, and the average rainfall is more than 250, and it's reached to 600 millimeter rainfall. Sorry. The fourth biogeographical zone is coming from the south of Jordan, which is the Sudanian biogeographical zone. All these zones has a unique flora and fauna, and it's actually give a richness of biodiversity of the country. So we can see many interaction of ecosystem among these biogeographical zones. The challenge that faced our ecosystem here in Jordan, actually the main one is the drought threat that's facing our ecosystem, especially it's combined with the climate change. And actually for the last 20 years we feel that how much the climate change affect of our ecosystem. Actually this is, make us, to be more and more and being more effort on ecosystem restoration to combat, the drought and climate change. The other challenge that facing our environment is the limited fresh water. Jordan is one from the first 3 countries which is the poorest country in the world of fresh water. Also the urbanization and development, which is affect actually the ecosystem, especially on the Mediterranean region and highland. Deforestation, overgrazing, and soil erosion. Overgrazing and soil erosion is mainly on the Badia area, which is Sahara Arabian ecological June. Also, there is not just overgrazing. Actually, the challenge is early grazing, because early grazing is something that, because we have limited area for rangeland, so early grazing is destroying the shrubs and vegetation, which is also the same as overgrazing. Desertification and pollution also is challenging that facing our environment in Jordan. When the Royal Botanic Garden established in 2005, and we are realized the challenge that facing our environment, and from this we are start our work on the Royal Botanic Garden with our understanding of the challenge that facing our ecosystem and environment in Jordan. When the Royal Botanic Garden established in 2005, actually our site, which is 200 hectares, we faced the same challenge. In addition to that, there is local herder in that area that cutting the fence to make grazing illegally. Also, the very low vegetation, which is affect soil and make soil erosion. No managed grazing exists, and the herd productivity at that time was very low. Since our understanding of these challenges and dedication of Her Royal Highness to work with the local community and make our site benefit them and work together with them to help them to improve and adopt the idea and the initiative of the Botanic Garden. We established the CBRR, and our target was the local community in the first, and the researcher and research institution that work on conservation and biodiversity. Also the policy makers in many ministries. The new generation, which is being targeted, inshallah, when the RBG is officially opening in the future, inshallah. When we established the CBRR, we sit many times with the local community, with the representative from many ministries to arrange our program and activity. Actually, we start first on the governance approach and community development, rangeland restoration and management. Also, we focus on flood management and health, capacity building, research and study and publication. Most of our work we published and make a capacity building for other institutions to help all national and international researchers to get a benefit from our work. When we started in 2005, the herder was very low trust between the new initiative and what they want in the beginning, because they are focusing just on the grazing. And the low productivity of their herd forced them, and the feed price at that time, which is very high, forced them to graze illegally and sometimes cutting the fence. And to be built a new trust bridge between us and them, we held several meetings with them, and actually we worked together with them to establish the CBRR and its activity. So we have many workshops discussing crop management, also generating income project, their suggestion, listen to their problem, try to solve their problem in participatory work. Also to tell them and make them aware about what we want to do on the future. For example, the biomass study, the grazing behavior study, all of these planning at that time we discussed in detail with them. This is to make them to understand what we are going to do and what the benefit then will get it in the future. We don't ignore the ladies. The gender issue is very important, and they have very very much have a very big role on the community there. Some of them is herders, some of them is mothers and leading the families. We start with the rangeland restoration and management. We're doing many studies. We focus at the beginning on the grazing behavior study and biomass production and stocking rate and capacity study. The grazing behavior study, the aim of this study to assess how the animal behave on the rangeland, what is type of plant that it prefer, what the best time to allow managed grazing, and how much the time need to the animal to be grazed on the rangeland. This is, to apply managed grazing on our side. And we found after 1 year of research that the fall is the best season to allow managed grazing, because we are very sure that the seed is in the soil, and also we are make and enhance the biodiversity of the site itself. We measure the grazing and chewing and browsing and standing and rumination. All these indicators, we assist them to reach that the fall is the best season to allow managed grazing. Actually, through this study, the sheep need just 2.5 hours to feed half full, so there is no need for the livestock to stay on the range more than 2.5 hours. As the herder used in the past and nowadays, that leave the livestock all the day on the rangeland, so there is no need. Of course, the grazing is favorable for plant biodiversity, and the sheep prefer the herbaceous species. This is common. Then we start with biomass production study. This is to assess how much we have dry matter in our site that available to allow managed grazing in our site, and we do it on a scientific way actually. After dividing the Royal Botanic Garden into 11 sectors. And this is, the biomass, actually we use it as a study and as an indicator in the future to assess the improvement of our rangeland on our side. Actually, when we started in 2009, the biomass was 40 ton per 200 hectare actually. By allowing managed grazing and protection, in 2010 it's increased to reach 70 ton, 2011 it's about 90 ton, 2012 it's reached about 105 ton. And according to this, the grazing period, it's increased according to the biomass increase. This will actually give our team indication that managed grazing enhance the biodiversity of our site and also enhance the biomass production. And this is actually give our herder the trust, because they're seeing the improvement, seeing is believing, and also the cooperation is increased. In 2008, we allowed them for 30 days for grazing, but in 2011 and 2012, it's reached for 60 days. These 60 days get the herder 50% of their feeding was free of cost, and we allow the managed grazing on a period that the herder, they don't have cultivated barley and they don't have space for feeding animals. The site biomass in the beginning it's increased for about 30% every year, but on the 4th year and the 5th year it's increased between 5% and 10%. Flock management and health, this is the third component of the CBRR to improve the income of the herder we focus on flock management and health. We're doing our assessment for the health status, and we work with our herder on vaccination program and training animal health assistant. Also train the same herder on common disease recognition, and we follow them for 3 years on this topic. We established them a small veterinary pharmacy, and we applied the vaccination program and follow their care. Also applying some of flock management technique, and this is to help the herd productivity. For example, the pregnancy rate in 2008 was between 40% and 60%. We reached in 2012 and 11, it's more than 100%. And this is reflect how much the income of our herder is improved. We focus on generating income project. We established honey production on our side and working with the family. Also jameen production. And as you know, jameen, maybe some people here don't know jameen. Jameen is a sun-dried yogurt. It's used in a famous meal here in Jordan, it's Mustafa. Also established a pilot project, native mushroom production, and woman and craft workshop, which is working according to the request from them. By mentioning Mustafa, I did sound. I hope you will try it. The CBRR output after 3 years and now actually 5 years, the socio-economic status of our community has improved, and our herder that they are living in the tent now, they are building home, sending their children to the school. Also, you feel how their mind is improved, how they are thinking, and let me say a scientific way. This is actually give us, energy to work with them more and more and more. Through the CBRR, we achieved the Millennium Development Goal by the UN, which is 1, elevating poverty, and 2 and 5 and 7, which is related to the education and maternal health and sustainable environment. We started in 2008 with 5 families that working with us on our program. After 3 years, 42 families benefiting from the CBRR, and they are involved in our program by their choice. They see the improvement of the first 5 herders that cooperate with us. Then they are starting from 5 to 21, then for 42 families. When we're talking about the net profit that earned by the herder, I show you 2 examples. One is the guy that he was losing, that how much he is improved. For example, on the red color, that one of our herders, he was losing minus 10 JD per year. Actually, the herder, they don't feel that they are losing, especially when we're talking about the herder. The herder feel that all the time they have a cash. When they need the money, they can sell the sheep, they can sell the land. But when we do the calculation, they are losing, but they are not feeling. And this is, a good approach for them. But when we show them our output of the economic study, they start to realize what we are doing, start to understand how they are improved the productivity and the profit. This herder in 2010 improved himself to reach 51 JD per head per year, and in 2011 he's like tripled what he was done in 2010 and reached 140 per head a year. Actually, this is very much improvement and very good income here in Jordan. The good one, which is have 250 head of sheep. This was the best one in 2009, and he earned 81 JD per head per year. And he reached in 2012 182 JD per head per year, which is a good income here in Jordan. Actually, we stopped in 2011 and we will back to again to make our study in 2015 and 2016, inshallah. Through our the CBRR program, the plant species, now we are talking about the improvement in biodiversity. The wild plant is increased from 436 in 2006, according to the plant survey, to reach 580 plant species in 2012. Some of these plants had not been recorded in the area since the 1800s century. Governance model and approach. This is from the CBRR Output. We targeted many organizations to transfer our experience and our model through the governance approach, and we worked on this in Jarash and in Rangeland. Also with some Ministry of Environment, Department of Forestry, Ministry of Agriculture. So we tried to work with other organizations that work on the same way that we have, and try to transfer the knowledge and transfer the experience to the researcher and other research institutions, in addition to the civil society organization. Modified legislation. We work with the Minister of Agriculture and IUCN on updating national rangeland strategy. Also through the Royal Botanic Garden, we work on the MPSAT, updating the new environmental protection law, and participation in producing the Jordan Fifth National Report on Biodiversity. Knowledge transfer. Our herder is our messenger to the other herder in other parts in Jordan. Nowadays, when we targeting a new community, we take our herder to talk to other herder about their experience and improvement. Also, we have some other community that come to the Royal Botanic Garden site to see what we do with our community. Knowledge transfer is a continuous process. I want to mention here that about one thing about knowledge transfer, that the knowledge transfer is not one way from the technical to the local people or individual. Actually, it's two ways, because we are benefiting from their local knowledge in this regard. We published about 7 papers. The first one was focusing on traditional and local knowledge related to the medicinal plant and livestock and plant viability. Also, the ethnobotanical study, this is part of medicinal plant study. We published economic performance of a small ruminant production in a protected area, and preference of sheep when supplemented for forage in Mediterranean rangeland management. All these publications actually it's on our website, so anybody interested, he can visit and see the full paper. We focus on one of Abadian medicinal plant, which is the Crozier flavifolia. Till now we are working on it. It's have a good value on medicinal issue, so we focus on. We have a good indicators till now. The CBRR participated on Caterva Award, which is international award, and we are nominated as one of the best ideas on the planet. Life Award, which is a UNCCD award, and we've been from the first 16 all over the world, over 250 projects. We published a booklet about snake and scorpion and scammer spider and centipedes. This is actually because our site is fully on these animals, and we want to make our community to be, aware about these animals. Aware not to killing, aware to protect. This is what I mean by awareness. Actually, our recommendation is that the governance approach is one of the key elements of any ecosystem restoration effort. And actually, we should invest in any chance to make ecosystem restoration. This year, actually, in Jordan, there is something which is make us very happy. We have a good rainfall season, and the spring and the flora and even the fauna, all of them is happy. So I want to tell that the people that working in restoration, also the other people, that the restoration chances, if we invest them and do it in a good way, we will earn more and more, and we will at least not 100% reverse the damage, but at least we improve, the situation. Consideration should be given to the social and economic effect of any decision related to the ecosystem restoration. This is part of the governance approach, and actually it's related to the government, because any decision sometimes it's affect on the social and economic of the community. For example, the feed prices, the animal feed prices, when it's increased, it's affect